Oopsie. Eep.
Hey everybody, welcome to Ron's Computer Videos. I'm your host Ron. I'm joined by all these wonderful people who came by to watch me open boxes. It's like having a birthday, only it's not my birthday. Let's go ahead, let's run around real fast and let's make some introductions. Joe.
Hey everybody, it's Joe from Joe's Computers Museum. I play a grumpy old man playing with computers on the internet. Ryan.
Hi, I'm Ryan from Everything's Broken Garage. I like to break things and not fix them.
Sweet. Trina.
Hi, I'm Trina of Trina's Tech.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I thought he said Trina.
It.
Okay. Hi, I'm Trina of Trina's Technobabble, not to be confused with Tech Ambrosia.
Frank.
Hi, I am Frank or Frodo Jedi, and I'm on Old World Tech Fridays.
Yeah.
And I'm here.
Yeah, and that's an important thing to point out is that we are joined. Joe and I, we do stuff together all the time. I mean, again, there is nothing but like a thin sheet of 70s wood paneling separating us. Because the joke is that we share a basement. But these other folks, kind folks, are from Old World Tech Fridays.
And I'm also on with you and
Nice.
Joe, Ron, on the Retro Repair Roundup.
Are you? Oh, I guess you are. Technically.
Yeah.
She looks familiar.
Yeah, I think I've seen you. I bumped into you in the green room once.
Right?
No, I wanted to take a couple minutes this evening. I thought I got like some cool boxes of stuff from
Nice.
JLCPCB, and I wanted to go ahead and open that stuff up. The boxes are completely unopened, so these are a couple of projects. I needed to restock stuff in Joe's store, which if you've not been there, you can go to jcm-1.com. There you go. And Joe's got all kinds of cool items in there. He's got stuff that I've designed and put in there. He's got stuff that Frank has designed and put in there. Joe's got all kinds of amazing things in there as well. And there's just new stuff added all the time. So I feel really good about coming to Joe and saying,
Oh,
Joe,
I love those
can I
shoes.
put my stuff in your store, because it makes it easy. Because now, if you like stuff from our little community of people, you got like a one-stop shop. You can save a lot of shipping and all that instead of like
The Amazon of vintage tech.
90
Yes.
Pindy stores.
Yes.
So, Joe, if you wanted to show those shoes, man, I promise I'm not going to like talk over the top of you, because they are very cool.
I love those shoes. Where did those come
Maybe
from?
we can make Joe big, Ron.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yes, and Bob Darlington in the chat too. Bob Darlington makes the light sounds the stereo sound card for the Apple IIgs.
Oh, that's awesome.
So these are my custom Apple rainbow shoes, and see, like the green part is it's like the top.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I need those.
So, the story about this is back in 2019, going to my first Kansas Fest, I wanted to make a pair of custom shoes back then. And you used to be able to go to New Balance and make custom shoes, but I couldn't quite get them just right, so I kind of trashed the idea. And a couple weeks ago, I just had this idea again. I'll try it again, and then I realized that the procurement system I use to do all my T-shirts and other, branded merch can make custom items like shoes. So I had a pair of shoes made, and I'm like, these are cool.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, Joe, put those on your store. So now they're on my store. So you
Okay.
can go to
Going there now.
Apple.
Yeah, you
And
can
they
put
also
them
they
there
also
pretty
work,
inexpensively.
as Jeremy mentioned, they also work for Pride Month.
Yes.
They do.
Oh, yep. That
And
is
an odd question for you,
multi-use.
Joe. I got an email saying that my order has been complete. Does that mean it's been shipped out? Because I was a little
Yes.
confusing. I'm like, I haven't received it, but how is it complete?
Complete means that the order was closed in my system, which means that my
It's been shipped.
procurement process finished. It shipped it on its way to you, and it kicks back a message to my system to say, hey, email your customer to say it's done. It's a robots. Robots did it.
Okay.
I blame the robots.
All right.
I figured it's not.
Let's take a second. Let's go ahead and let's say hi to everybody that's sitting out there in chat. Garth Beagle, it's good to see you. Jamie from Jamie's Hack Shack is there. CDI is there as well. I want to say hi to Bob Darlington, which again, Joe had said, he and Joe worked together on that sound card for the 2GS for stereo sound, among other projects. Eric Randall's here. David Starbuck is here. Scrolling. Lazy Blue Goat is here. Good to see you. Eric from Eric's Edge is here. Eric is going to be streaming tomorrow morning. Be sure to check your schedule for when that is coming up. Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack, JVHS, is here. Tom Barber is here. Tom, good to see you. And Gut Bomb is here. Gut Bomb, good to see you. Thank you for coming. And I'm almost to the end. KMac Vintage is here. Apple Anonymous is here. Starbuck Tuck is here. Thank you for coming by. So that catches us up. And I'm sure more people will kind of come and go as the evening goes. But I want to try to keep this to maybe under an hour. There's not a lot to kind of look at, but we will certainly figure it out. So, all right, I'm going to make myself big. And then I'm going to switch cameras and I'm going to start opening these boxes. So if you guys would be so kind as just kind of keep an eye on chat, and because I'm going to be facing away from the monitor. So if anything comes up that I need to be like somebody asks a question or something, please let me know. So
Also, I see Eric has shared the link to his live stream tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also, Joe shared the link to go buy the shoes.
Yeah, nice.
So
it's always
I
good.
went to go click on them, and I'm like, wait, I'm not a mod. I'm so used to.
Oh, yeah. Henry Noon says, I got a pair.
There you go.
Very cool. All right, I'm going to switch cameras. Let's go ahead and let's open some boxes. I'm going to try to get my microphone and stuff over there too, and you guys can let me know how the volume is, okay?
Will do.
Okay. Hey, look at these beautiful boxes that came all the way from mainland China to my little house, so that I can open them up on a stream and show everybody. So, oh yeah, by the way, I'm wearing shorts. Sorry. All right, let's start with the small one, because I think the small one is might be the more interesting of all of these. So why not, do the best one first, right?
Yes.
How did it ever find its way to you with all that blue stuff all over the label?
Well, you put that on afterwards to protect people's.
I'm being facetious.
I know, I am too. I'm just joking.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so I have a large brick of red foam. They love doing that. Or red.
It honestly looks like a shoe on the bottom.
So they now have. There's a little from JLCPCB. They have a little, leaflet that they stick in the box. So okay, so let's see what we got here. Oh, I'm gonna get my actual scissors. I have skeezers that I can use now that make all the difference. Make this stuff easy.
You got a question in the chat from Jeremy asking if size 13 is available.
Oh, that's for
Yep.
Joe.
Yep.
I answered that question by saying, I don't know. Go to the website and pick the options.
Yeah,
It is. It goes up to
13.
a 13.
go
Yep.
check it out. All right,
5 to
so
13.
here's a new thing that I designed,
Mhm.
and I need to test them. But the whole thing of this is basically a combination of a couple of different things that I got to figure out how cameras work. A combination of a couple of different things that I make. So basically, this is a like a interconnect board that will take a Pico ATX, convert that out for the power for like an SE30, and then your TTL adapter and everything. It's all built into one board now. So you've got like one thing where if you're going to build like a cat mac or something and you want it all like together in one little thing, you can now do that pretty easily. So I'm going to be testing these and seeing if these work, because again, this is all just, it's kind of theoretical right now because I just designed it and then I haven't really had I haven't been able to test one in person. So I'll be doing that this weekend. So the this would sit like in the corner of like a PC case or like a custom printed case, and this will have a female Molex on top, so you can basically just take the cable that plugs in your Max motherboard, run it across, plug it in here, get your ATX connection, TTL breakout, and everything. So that way you can plug that directly into your RGB to HDMI, and there you go. You've got a neat way to kind of have your little, in the old days they called them cat mac, but you know, nowadays I guess you can call it whatever the hell you want. I'm not your dad.
I'm gonna say hi to Francois,
Hey Francois.
who just joined us.
Steve
and
is here
Steve.
too. Oh
Yeah, I
God,
just saw
no.
Hey
Steve.
Steve. Yeah, thanks for staying on top of that, Trina. Okay,
Yeah, no problem.
let's look in these giant boxes. I want to see what's in here. We'll start with the one that's closest.
That's like major order level boxes there.
Yeah,
Like you're starting to get into big order stuff.
yeah, this was like a pricey order I placed because I wanted like big quantities, because I was kind of sick of buying smaller quantities and then having to pay like shipping, which
Right.
anybody that's dealt with any of these PCB houses absolutely knows that shipping is like one of your biggest expenses on doing that, and there's no
100%.
real way to get around it, I guess, unless you have your own shipping options, like you are somebody that has like your own private shipping stuff. So okay, so here we go. Let me take a look. Maybe we'll look at some of these smaller ones first and we'll build up to the big one.
Steve has asked you, Ron, to please continue for 2 hours and keep him company on his drive home.
Okay, I will do what I can. Okay, so I love these little blue boxes. I think these are really
Yes.
great. I use these for all kinds of stuff outside of just whatever doodads I ordered. Okay, these are interesting. This is something I just ordered some samples on a few things, just because I didn't want to go too crazy. But the problem is, if you order, like I accidentally ordered too many. I ordered too many of it.
Oops, all bees.
Yeah, exactly. But what these are is I actually, let me see. I have the 3D printed version around here somewhere. What did I do with it? Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. I made these 3D printed base plates that would go inside your PowerBook to replace the modem. So it's a little platform for you to do whatever you want to do. Like you want to mount, you know, some kind of like SD card reader for your Blue SCSI inside your PowerBook. You've now got like a firm little platform to do that. Well, I decided to do a PCB version of that. for people that are just like, you know, oh, I want something that's got like even more kind of security, or sorry, like not security, but like sort of stability maybe. So I printed up, or I had manufactured a bunch of these PCB versions of that board, and it's pretty generic, but I just figured that they're just fun, and they're sized. They should be sized exactly like the. I sure hope that they're exactly sized the same. Let's see if I can see light through there. I can't. They may require a little bit of rework, but again, I think I ordered like 100 of these for like $12 or something. So
Yeah.
I'm not out much. They're fun business cards, if nothing else, because they've got
That's exactly what I was going to
my
say.
URL and they got a logo on it. So yeah, they're business
awesome.
cards in a worst case scenario. All right, something else that I decided to make that I thought would be fun, that honestly serves no real purpose.
Ron playing cards.
Yeah. Are these tiny little PCBs, which is a ADB to USB adapter that basically all it passes is power. And the idea behind this is that you would have, sorry, I'm having a problem like getting straight up here. But the idea would be basically that you could plug a USB hub into your PowerBook. I think the or sorry, like ADB Mac. You'd have to kind of watch it because I think the maximum amperage on the whole circuit is like a half amp or something like that. It's real small. But if you needed to boost the power, like you had several ADB devices, this is basically just like a test bench for me to see about like dialing up that amperage ever so slightly. So these were like a dollar to print. So I did that just for fun. All right, let's see.
Hey, Ron, before you get too much farther, Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack asks, would it be possible to create a video out card in place of the old modem?
No. Yeah, anything's possible. Anything is possible. Would it fit in the space? Not really, because you need you would need some kind of, well, maybe, I don't know. The big problem is this, is if you have a PowerBook, like a PowerBook 170, PowerBook 140, something like that doesn't natively have video output, you would need to have some sort of like FPGA there and like logic that would basically be able to take the output of the, like, whatever that sharp LCD and interpret that and convert that to something else and upscale it and whatever else you would need to hook it up to an external display. And I think if something like that was feasible, it would maybe already exist.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, I'm just saying, because if you have a PowerBook 170, you got a PowerBook 140, it's just easier to get a PowerBook 160 that has video out, and then now you've got video out. So,
and also hi to Jack68K who's joined us.
Hey, Jack. All right. Here's the other neat thing that I keep saying neat things. They're neat to me because it's stuff I wish existed but didn't exist, and I had to be the one to make it. Okay. So this is something I'm kind of proud of, and I don't know if it'll work. But this is a tiny little adapter that basically you've got two robust power connections here on the back, or, you know, barrel plug DC adapter bits, and then you've got a screw block here on the
Screw-madoodle.
Yeah, screw-madoodle here on the you know, on the front. But anyway, the whole point of this, it's got a blackbird on it on the back. It's kind of tough to see. We got a focus issue here. But it says Blackbird Fly. And the whole point of this is, if you own a 500 series PowerBook, you already know that you can't find a power brick. If you've lost the power brick, you're done. Okay. But there are tons of cheap 16 volt whatever the amperage is, power bricks for like sound bars
Mhm.
on online. And so what you do is basically it takes this, breaks it down. You've got screw terminals, and what you can do is you can just use reach and grab it. You can just use a DuPont connection. You can just screw that in there, and now you've got, I got 16 volts. I can plug it right in the back of my PowerBook 500.
Cool.
So that way that you can actually very inexpensively have a new power brick, because the originals they cook themselves, because it's like two 16-volt DC power supplies in one little tiny box. The plastics are really, really brittle, and those power bricks really like to cook themselves. But this, now you've got like cheap adapter doodle AC, DC adapter doodles you can get on Amazon and stuff like that. But the whole thing of it is you've got 16 volts that charges the battery, and you got 16 volts that powers the unit. So what you can do is, if you somehow had a battery, you could decide to plug one in and charge a battery, or you can plug it in the other side and just power the system on its own. The machine actually has kind of a neat feature where if it goes into like a high performance mode, it will start using the battery to power the system, and then we'll just like derive additional power from the AC adapter, or the AC DC adapter. But anyway, I just thought this was neat. I always
That is cool.
Something for PowerBook people, and I thought that this would be a good one.
It's actually funny you mentioned that. Some modern laptops do that same thing. If the battery is low on charge, it intentionally slows the machine down.
Yeah.
I had a client just today, or yesterday, I had to replace her battery. And while we were waiting for the battery to come in, there was no battery in the machine. He's like, "My laptop's slow." I'm like, "Yep, sure is."
Yeah.
So
Now,
apparently
Ron,
that's been a thing that's been around forever.
will those at some point be available on jcm-1.com, or?
That's the plan. I'm going to do some
Awesome.
testing. And
'Cause I would be interested in one of those.
sure. Okay, these are this is old news. These right here. These are just my when I'm done dropping them on the ground. Yeah, these are just my ATX breakouts. So nothing really has changed on the design on these. It's still the V2 design. Basically, you can just take a ATX 2.0 style power supply, and it just breaks it all out. So that way that if you want to use it as a bench power supply, you can. If you want to use it for some sort of cat mac type purpose or something like that, or hey, it's like, I just need to power up something for a minute. There you go, and you got screw terminal, and you've got through hole stuff that you can solder to whatever your game is. Now, keep in mind, ATX 2.0 power supplies do not supply -5 volts, so there is a space over here on the side for a 5-volt regulator.
Awesome.
So you can solder in a 12-volt. It's actually, it uses the 12-volt line and converts it to -5 volts. -12 goes to -5. So, but there you go.
We are not currently providing that version on the website for preventing people from doing bad things reasons.
Yeah, on accidentally nuking your stuff. But if you were to plug a ATX 1.0 power supply in, it won't break anything because the -5 connection is just not connected. So if you plug a 2.0 in, it routes the 12-volt line, -12-volt line up to that place for that regulator, and then it will provide -5 volts at the other side. But again, don't really need that, because the only thing that certain serial operations needed that. So if you were going to plug this into like a Mac or something, like a Mac SE or something like that, unless you're using a Hayes 14.4 modem, I don't think it's going to make a difference.
Hey, Rudy.
Eric Rangel's asking for a friend. Can you connect 12 volts to ground?
Yeah, why not? Sounds good.
And I got a question for you, Ron.
Sure.
What is CatMac?
Back in the old days, there was a book that came out that was called Build Your Own Mac and Save a Bundle or something like that.
Okay.
And what people in the old days, what they would do is they would acquire a Mac Plus or a Mac SE motherboard or something like that. And what they do is just mount it in a PC case. And then there were adapters and stuff that you would then like break out the TTL video or connect alternative floppy drives that weren't like real Apple floppy drives and stuff. So you could have, and you'd call it these days, you'd call it a sleeper, like a sleeper build. But in those days, they called them Cat Macs.
Cat for catalog, or
I don't know what the cat really stands for. It was just something that caught on in the community.
Oh, okay.
But those books, it's build your own Mac and save a bundle. You can get PDF copies of those books online. There's 2 revisions of it, and they're both they're interesting reads. And so back when I was a kid and with no money and no Mac, I was like, oh, this is the way to do it. All I got to do is just find like somebody that's got a motherboard, and it's like, that you're a kid and you can't really make it happen. So this is a lot of wish fulfillment for me to kind of get that all built. All right, these are cool too.
All right, I'll be right back.
Come on back when you're ready. All right, so you saw those little like panel doodles for the PowerBook. For the PowerBook that I showed a second ago. Oh, yeah. This is the same deal, but it's my battery kit, but made for PowerBooks.
That's
because because there's a number of 100 series PowerBooks. They all have like a CR2032 little battery in there. So now you've got a battery kit, or a little place where you can mount your SD card reader for your Blue SCSI. And it's got some cute little artwork here on the back.
And that spot for the SD card reader comes out the modem jack port, right?
Yes, that is, and that's why I thought it was very, very important to put the silk screen on there, because it's like it just lines right up. So, and there's a couple little screw holes, and it'll just use the standard screws. So you just unscrew your modem, you screw this in. But
I don't think you can unscrew a modem. You can.
Well, you can
disconnect.
You can unscrew the screws that mount the modem.
There we go. That's more.
That technically correct, Joe. The best kind of correct. But this has all the safety features and stuff that my normal battery kits do, and this even could just be used as one of those battery kits if you wanted that too. So, but anyway, I just thought this was really neat. This is for PowerBook, basically all the 100 series PowerBooks, with the exception of the PowerBook 100, which uses 9 volts, because basically you got to remember it's a Macintosh portable, just in a different form factor. Mm-hmm. And then also the PowerBook 150, which uses a nickel metal hydride battery, and then the PowerBook 190, which is not really a 100 series PowerBook, so it's a PowerBook 500 just rebadged. So, but yeah, that was something neat, something else I made. Let's see what else we got. I got 2 big ass boxes. I don't even remember what else I bought. It's possible that because I doubled a lot of things, it's possible that this is just a duplicate. And if it is, I apologize.
So is it 2 big ass boxes or 2 big ass boxes?
You know what? I guess it's how you use the inflection.
The correct emphasis on the right syllable.
Exactly. Right, let's get this. Lots of pink foam here.
Hot saran wrap action.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What are these? Oh, yeah. Oh, they did it again, Joe. They did it again. So these are the new revision of my TTL adapter board. And I guess that these are all set up because they panel. Panel assembled them.
There are people on the internet who would love to listen to you break those panels for an hour.
I'm sure.
It's like very asthma. Nope. You just bend them down on the desk and they'll snap right off.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Hey, wow. Thanks, Joe. Nope.
Or maybe not.
I was going to say, that one was, it's being a bugaboo. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So, based on some feedback that I got from my good buddy Gut Bomb, the new revision of the it's really the same revision. It's just got some updated silkscreen. So the it now, if I compare it to the old version, the solder pads. So because it has these IDC 10 connections, it's also got solder pads and it's got through hole. So regardless of how you're going to hook it up, you got lots of different options. But the new version has bigger solder pads, and it also has, it's marked input output, so that way that there's no confusion about which side you need to wire up to.
Good idea.
Nice.
And on the back, it'll be tough to see, but you see how there's like a little bit of silkscreen kind of around these connections here.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, it just flat tells you how it's wired. They're just wired for like CGA. Sorry, I'm sorry that it's all, I can't catch focus here, but I'll post some better pictures and stuff online. But basically, there's silkscreen there that explains what you got to wire to what, so that it takes a lot of the guesswork out. All right, that's box number 1. And a lot of this stuff I just gotta test and then get over to Joe, and it'll be on the website one of these here days.
Is that a promise?
So will they connect to RGB to HDMI? Jeremy asks. Yes. If you put your RGB to HDMI in CGI mode and tweak around with some of the timing settings.
Yeah.
Yep.
CGA, yep. You can.
Did I say CGI? I meant CGI.
It's okay.
Hi.
Nice.
Hi. My brain is Swiss cheese after a shotgun. I have bovine spongiform encephalopathy.
Oh, there it is.
I got brain holes.
Oh, okay. Here's it's just another brick. It's a
That's what you don't understand. Ron was going to do this like 2 weeks ago, but that one got stuck in customs because they thought it was like 5 keys of Coke.
Yeah, they thought it was a gelatinous cube from D&D.
All right. Where did I put those?
I suppose I could have just read the label of what it is. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, fan favorite.
It's a mini fridge. Oh wait,
Yeah, exactly.
it's a cube full of cubes.
I know.
What is this?
Like,
Freaking Minecraft.
yeah, it's like,
It's a Borg. It's a mini Borg cube.
Yeah, there you
it's
go.
like when they wrap stuff and then they wrap it again. Okay, yeah, these are just the battery kits. Everybody's favorite, the little battery kits. And when they panelize them, you gotta go through and pop a doodle off all the whoozy bits.
We should offer a slight discount if we ship them out without breaking them off.
No, I think it's fun because it's more space. Plus, I mean, who doesn't love one of these? Whatever these are.
That's a good keychain.
Yeah.
It's
You can use those as
it's
separators for your components bins.
Ron, can they
Right.
silk screen those? I wonder. Make them business cards.
You'd pay more because then they would make it bigger, and then they would, because this is just waste. This is just, they're giving you this for free to panelize your design. So, all right. So what do we got here? I got battery kits for both the regular battery kit and the new PowerBook battery kit. I have the
Small box cutters, Oliver's calling them.
Yeah, exactly. The latest revision of my whatever the heck you call it, the TTL adapter. I've got the new what the heck am I even calling this? It's ATX Breakout TTL video adapter. It's just, again, these are just kind of, this is just a beta test on those.
The One Ring.
Yes.
To
My ATX breakouts that have been in the store for a while, these work really great. And also the Blackbird adapter that is a new thing, and then these little platforms. That's it. That's all the new. That's all
awesome.
the new. That's the new.
Yay!
Be likey.
Yeah. So no nothing, no freebies in the box, nothing like that. I think that is because JLC is pretty, selective about partnerships and things like that. And so they absolutely like the money that other companies spend on partnerships. It seems like JLCPCB is like, oh, we're going to keep that money and just lower what it costs to print things.
Yep.
And I like that. That's
Absolutely.
I mean, sure, I would love like all manner of swag, but at the same time, I would much rather when I'm ordering like a bajillion battery kits, get it at half the price of some other companies that I think
And then with
largely enjoy a lot of success because of promotional stuff in our hobby, but I don't know that necessarily the service or anything is any better than anything else.
Nope.
But that's it. That's all my stuff that I That's all my stuff that I did. So tell me about all the fun things that y'all are working on, because I know that Frodo, you've got a couple of things that are out there in. Let me switch back here. I know you've got some stuff that's out there in or at jcm-1.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have the Rominators, the first version of the Rominators for the 128, 512K, Mac Plus, those guys.
Yeah.
Joe's got those already. They're ready to ship. So
Yep.
anybody that needs those, please go on jcm-1.com.
What do they
Get
do?
yourself up some.
What do
So
they do?
essentially they add I guess I would call it like solid state operating system essentially.
Yeah, so it's the Rominator for like the SE30, but it's for the older Macs.
I don't know what a Rominator is. Imagine
Okay.
I don't know anything.
So-
but I do know that about on the Macintosh Classic how you can hold down Command Option
Yes.
XO.
Yep.
I know about that.
Yes.
So is that the same?
That's what these do. Yep, basically they do that, and I believe they also have the ROM hack, Frodo, that disables the memory check. So
The
they
memory
boot
check,
faster.
yes, yeah, they should, yeah, absolutely.
So
So Will Chamberlain had them several years back, and then stopped making them, and then, or I'm sorry, Steve Chamberlain.
I was going to say Wilt Chamberlain.
No, I mixed two different things together.
Yeah.
So Steve had
funny.
done them a few years back, and then had stopped doing them. And then I talked to him about making some, so he gave the blessing to go ahead and do so. So Sloopy built them and tested them and all that. And now they're for sale on jcm-1.com. So those, and then I worked out an agreement with the fine folks out at FujiNet. We're going to be producing some FujiNets.
Nice.
That will be sold on jcm-1.com when those are finished.
Cool.
And then I feel like there was, we had the ROM sims for the SE30 and the 2SI and other platforms that are coming as well. So there's a few different projects we've got going on that will hopefully be done. It's just, it's been hectic. I mean, I haven't been on here in a while. This is my busiest part of the year. So it's been extremely busy.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord Chamberlain. That's what I'm going to start calling him now when I talk to him. Lord Chamberlain.
Hello, my lord.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yep.
Cool.
This has been a long time coming, getting all this stuff together, and I think it's really good that all the people that have kind of said, "Hey, let's partner with Joe."
Yep.
Because now you've got like, especially for people kind of in our little corner of the hobby, it's it's just sort of it's kind of nice to have like one era or one place you can go to, and again, you're not paying shipping from like 10 different 10D stores. You can just be like, oh yeah, I was kind of on the fence about buying that, because most of my items, that's the other problem. That's the problem with my stuff too, is they're low ticket items. So it's like, it's $3, it's $6, it's it's stuff like that. So it makes it tough to justify, do I really want to spend $7-8 to ship a $3 item, and you know, I'll be like, well, I'll just wait, and then I forget about things. But having it all in one place certainly makes it easier to justify doing stuff.
For
so.
sure.
But
Cool.
Joe agrees.
Yeah, I'm
And if
sure
you're out
Joe
there
does.
If you're out there listening and you have a really cool project, but you don't have a process to market it,
Well, not only
Give me a
that,
shout.
but like the time and effort it takes to set up a Tindy shop or an
Mhm.
eBay listing or whatever, and dealing with all the extra crap that goes along with it, it's a lot better to put it all, like Ron said, in one place.
Mhm.
You know, you might
Agreed.
find other things on jcm-1.com you didn't know about or didn't think about, like the Pico Gusses are great.
Yeah,
There's a lot of items. So again, you pair one, bigger item like a Pico Gus for what is it, $40-$45. You add a few of Ron's boards for $3 or $6 a piece or whatever, then it makes sense because
And
you're
a pair
paying
of
that one
boxers.
shipping.
And at that point, basically the shipping's free
Yep.
because it all goes on one box. So,
Absolutely.
I especially like the fact that I can also support my friend who is now doing this
Yep.
full time.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I think that
Exactly.
has importance as well.
Yes. 100%.
Indeed.
why is it every stream I'm on suddenly becomes like a JCM-1 sales stream? It's weird.
Well,
No, it's
speaking
just-
speaking of
it's
which,
a little love for Joe.
when are we expecting our royalty checks? I've been promoting you heavily the last
Yeah,
few
right.
weeks. I'm waiting for my royalty check.
Same here.
Well, if you're waiting for a royalty check, what we can do is we can sell land titles to JCM-1 on Mars.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then you could be your own lord or lady of
Oh,
JCM.
no.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Actually, what I've just been
No.
doing is I bought the lease for the land that Joe's operation is on.
That's
I'm
right.
just leasing it back to him.
Oh.
Pulling a Ronald McDonald.
Red
Yeah, it's
Lobster
weird. My
style.
mortgage rate doubled out of nowhere. I don't know what happened.
Oh my gosh.
Ron shows up in a top hat and a monocle. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
Banker
it's-
Ron is here.
Right. It's like I didn't know we were doing the Monopoly promotion again. No, it's just me, the landlord.
And
I'm here to
apparently
double your
Joe-
rent.
Apparently, Joe has a second name now. It's Joe's Computer Stuff.
Joe's
Yes.
Computer Stuff Inc.
Inc.
Yes. Hi, Petar. Yes. Yes. VCF Southwest. Do we want to talk about that? Anybody want to just say go there and go do it? Because none of us are there right now, obviously.
Yeah.
There,
I know.
there you go.
Kate's there. Lots of people,
Kate's there.
our friends are there.
Mhm.
David Starbucks says that he wants to be a Martian lord. So there you go.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just be left behind by the evacuating people, and you
Yep.
can be the Lord of Mars.
Who was it that I saw? It was from the Naboo was posted something about VCF Southwest.
Yeah. It's, Leo.
Leo's
Yes,
there, isn't he?
my mind went blank. I was like,
Yeah.
I could see his face.
hmm
But yes, Leo.
Yeah.
I know he had made it out to East
Hmm.
recently.
Mhm.
So that's awesome.
And
He and DJ Shores were there. They were
Yep.
Leo was there with his lovely wife, and they had lots of cool information and like stories to share, and just about like it was very inspiring because it's one of those things where it's like I was just a young guy and I just was given the keys to the kingdom and just said just go nuts and write whatever. I write some games that are like arcade games, but then just kind of go nuts and do stuff. And he was like just throwing everything at the wall, seeing what stuck. I was like,
That's pretty awesome.
that's pretty great.
Hey, Thomas.
Hey, Thomas.
Okay. Well,
Cool.
I don't want to hold anybody longer than they need to. I know it's been a long day and you guys have
Well,
already
you know,
streamed.
Ron, I really love cuddles after. So
Oh, I know. That's what I just figured. I just figured we would all
Now,
like
Joe,
Let's
did
go
you
into a
give
big-
Ron the bad news yet about it being evicted from the other half of the
yes,
basement?
Ron,
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry to say, but I have been given permission by the true lord of this manor
Oh wow.
that your space over here, you're being evicted because I'm going to be expanding the museum into that.
Oh my
space.
gosh.
I-
Well, it's okay because it's just the people that live next door don't even have a basement. So I'm just gonna just keep digging east, and I'll just move all my stuff
It's a lit
down
tunnel.
30 feet. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll all
Are you
work
are
out.
you
We just
are you
call
finally
Ron
are
Molman.
you finally in talks to move over, Joe?
What do you mean?
Well, because I know there was
You were
there's
storing your mother-in-law's stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a big complicated mess. Most of it is just the fact that there's a lot of
stuff.
there are a lot of items in that room that are just we have no physical place to put them and we cannot get rid of them. So it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But there's also a bunch of stuff in there too that we don't use anymore. We do not use that room for anything. So like there's furniture, it's made up as a living room, so there's like furniture and stuff in there that can just go away.
You
So
must
now-
find like a storage unit, like one of those like $25 a month if you sign up for 5 years kind of things.
Mhm.
Yeah, but see that costs money.
I know, but you're
I
you're
am
the richest person that I
cheap
know in
bastard.
Ohio. So
Yes, but see, the reason is because I'm a cheap bastard. I
Yeah.
don't spend money unless I
You don't-
have to.
you
So-
don't
you
stay
need to be
by
rich
spending
writing a
money.
bunch of
So-
checks.
Yeah.
Got it.
What's the idea, Joe? Then, if you empty the room out, would you move your workbench and stuff and start over essentially over there, or
No, the idea is to take a lot of how can we say the long-term museum
Sure.
storage,
Yep.
and put it over there, and then have a single bench that I can pull out a display item,
Sure.
and bring it out and do
Okay.
that. Then I can more labify this
I
area,
gotcha.
make this more
That
towards
makes sense.
production. And I can do things like get the shipping station
wait,
off
wait,
of
wait,
the-
wait, wait,
off
wait.
of the
That's just
whatever.
Right.
tradition now at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
You
move
can't
that.
you can't move
Well-
the shipping station.
Well, I'll move the shipping station, but what I'll do is instead of getting an actual bench for it, I'll just buy an old washer and dryer,
There you
and
go.
that'll
There you
just be
go.
a shipping station bench.
there you go.
I was gonna say I always like how all my packages from you are Downy soft.
Smell good.
They always smell so fresh.
Fabric softener sheet in every box.
Snuggle.
It's what is it? Console 5. They put the atomic fireball in there.
Yes,
Joe puts
Bounce
like
cheese.
a little squirt of fabric softener in
That's
every
right.
box.
It's like, why is this gooey?
And Joe,
Shh.
just because you are a cheap bastard, look for a free washer and dryer. They don't even need to work. Right?
That's
Just
true.
Find the ones that like don't work. All it is
We were-
is a shipping station.
Totally unrelated, but sort of related. We were on the way home from Columbus tonight, and we're driving down the interstate, and there's a sofa on the side of the interstate,
Mhm.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
on the inside side too, not the outside side. And so
Oh.
we're like, "Ooh, what's that?" Anyway,
Being
Did
in
you-
pest
did you
control, one
stop
does
and
not
pick it up?
pick up used furniture like that.
No.
Let me
Well,
tell you stories.
Hold on.
You want to get bed
What if
bugs?
it's
This is how we
wood?
get bed bugs.
Yeah,
What if it's just wood furniture?
Termites.
that still can get bed bugs even on
I
wood
know, but you
furniture.
just leave it outside.
Yep.
You leave it outside. But
Mhm.
so it's like oh, it's a wooden picnic table or something like that. I think that you'd be safe.
You'd
on
probably
something
be fine
that,
with something
right?
like that, sure. But definitely bed frames. One of the guys I used to work with, he actually ended up getting into pest control because he helped a buddy move an end table that they found on the curb into their house and got bed bugs.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Now, have you gotten any bed bugs for any of your retro computers? That's the big question.
No,
I've opened a couple and seen roaches inside, dead.
that's common though.
Well, that's just since they legalized it in
Yeah.
Indiana.
Shh,
You got to legalize
Get
it.
there,
We're
man.
talking about marriage. We're talking about a lot of things.
I mean, the most I've ever seen is like dust bunny families that
Yeah.
you know.
Well, we get dust elephants down here. Massive.
Oh
creatures.
yeah, dead mice. Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
before. Dead mice.
House hippos.
House
For
hippos, yeah,
Canadians?
for Canadians, yeah.
Oh yeah.
House hippos.
The plight of the house hippo. Yeah.
Go to YouTube.
Okay.
Pay for
Search
pay-
house
pay-
hippo.
It's a dog.
No.
No.
House hippo. It's a thing.
That's
Yeah,
what
you
we-
have to go to YouTube and
We-
watch it.
down here in the
They
states,
like-
house hippos are boxers or pit bulls.
They like the crumbs from peanut butter on toast and
Mhm.
dryer lint.
Speaking of boxers, you can also buy boxers on jcm-1.com.
True.
You can.
Or shoes. I purchased a pair of shoes today.
Mhm.
Very cool.
Speaking of helping Joe not be a cheap bastard,
Just buy
go
some
buy stuff.
That's right.
I mean,
Yes.
he's still a cheap bastard, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
He's a
not going to
rich.
change
He's a
anything.
rich. He's a rich cheap
Mhm.
bastard.
Yeah.
He's a cheap bastard who can now afford the regular brand instead of the store brand. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No, the shoes are not pre-worn. Joe does not slip them on each
No.
Oh,
pair.
it's not
No.
that kind of website. Come on.
No. Only Joe's feet.
Only Joe's
Only
.com.
Joe's. Oh god.
Oh boy.
JammyJoeToes.com.
Oh, Lord.
Yuck.
All right. Well, I will be doing little introductory videos about all these things.
Awesome.
And I'll also do some little tests. Oh, I probably should move this a doodle up here a jig. So that way that maybe you can see everything.
Love it.
Yeah. There you go. Instead of my
Nice.
fat head in the way. There you go. Okay. So yeah. Oh, it's been fun. It's always fun designing things. And actually, whoops. One of the inspirations for this was there was somebody in the community. They're like, "Why isn't this all on one board?" And I'm like, "Because it'd be very expensive." And that is in fact the case. it's like it's two boards in one. So the so it was the only thing left is to stick that on the side.
Perfect.
And then it's like one big thing. But again, with every little thing you add cost.
Mhm.
And so eventually there'll be some kind of omnibus kind of product that, well, look at all that. And then I hit it
Oh.
anyway.
The one ring to rule them.
Yeah, there'll be one thing that just does everything, but not today. Zerg.
So, what kind of costs are people looking at, Ron, for each of these items?
I don't know. I got to talk to Joe
$1
about
million
that yet.
a piece.
These are so cheap because I printed the bajillion of them. So if people want them, I'll probably send these to Joe. He can just throw them in the box. These I don't think that they'll be very much more than the regular battery kits.
Okay.
Price remains probably unchanged on this just because nothing's really changed. Like a tenth of a penny more.
Silkscreen.
Copper. Price remains unchanged. This is kind of an expensive part because it's got
Those are heavy duty.
Yeah, it's got you could put some cheap crap, DC barrel plug things on there if you really want to, but I don't want something that looks like cheap crap. I want something that looks pretty okay. So I splurged and put some nicer ones on there. These screw down blocks I think are like 79 cents a piece by themselves.
Wow.
And then you haven't done anything else. So, but no, I like it. I think it's fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's pretty.
I think it is pretty. So
cool.
Ron makes high quality, well thought out stuff. Very, very.
I don't know that that's necessarily true. I also made the chip launcher, so we'll see. There was a part change on this a doodle right here, just because the other like 74, 68, 12, whatever that original part was, they were out of stock, so I had to just get a equivalent sort of thing. So
cool.
So we will see. I will plug it in and see if it catches on fire or not.
And Ron, Apple's Anonymous asking if they're 2.1 or 2.5 millimeter jacks.
On what?
I'm assuming
on the bird board.
Blackbird, yeah.
Yeah, it's 2.54 or it's whatever the standard size is, because like those Amazon, those cheap 16 volt bricks. And these also with the if you look in there, you can kind of see the shielding. This has got lots of contacts for the shielding, so you don't put one in that's like you wouldn't be able to get one in that's too small just because of that center 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 connector there. But the rest of it should
it's a center pin.
Center pin, but the rest of it should fit just fine. But I'm gonna order some I've got a whole thing to figure out the gauges and all this type of stuff, and I will get like an exact part number that needs to be placed with this. But yeah, it should just plug in. It should just plug in.
Nice.
But all right, we're nearly in it.
I have a project I wanted to talk about before.
Pitch it.
Yeah.
Let's Shark Tank this shit.
All right, I gotta.
That's right.
I recently purchased a Mac
I'm
Pro
Mr. Wonderful.
5,1. Oh, hey, Kate, welcome.
Hey.
Hey,
And so I purchased a Mac Pro 5,1,
Mhm.
which my Splendid Daddy is gonna send me a video card,
Splendid, Daddy.
and I'm gonna upgrade
Love
the memory because it came with a generic 8 gigs. And I'm gonna slowly upgrade the memory first to 16 and then go from there. And I'm going to open core it.
Yep.
Cool.
I
I've
can
done that
run-
with
I
mine.
can run 12 because you need the metal board to do that.
Mhm.
Joe like
right.
it.
Because
Mhm.
the video card that came with it isn't metal. So
Nope.
I'm gonna put a
It's more
metal.
country. It's more country.
So I'm going to I'm gonna post that and or do work on that. So that'll be my
Awesome.
time
Nice.
off project,
Nice.
Nice.
and that
It's
will
a good
replace my Mac Mini because it gets hot and slow. So
Cool.
Absolutely.
I have an announcement as well.
Oh yeah.
The A2 Pico board
Mhm.
will be in my on my website soon. For those who do not know what the A2 Pico is, so you know about the A2 Vidya. It's the video
Yeah.
card that uses a
Hmm.
Pico. The A2 Pico is the card that does everything else. You want a hard drive emulator? It does it. You want a RAM expansion? It does it. You want a
Nice.
Z80 card emulator? It does it. It does all the things.
Is that what I bought on Tech Select?
Take my money.
I don't know.
No.
Probably not. But,
Ron.
Yeah.
Rudy says to offer a package deal with all the boards.
Yeah. It's we do that every day on jcm-1.com.
Yeah.
You
Just
just
go
I
add
mean-
them to your cart
I
and
mean,
hit
the
this
board-
checkout.
add two
Let's-
cards.
let's- Ron and I worked out to make sure that we both don't lose any money on the project, but we also keep the price of these way here.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there's
it's-
like just get them. Like
Right.
you could buy one of each and spend like $35. Like they're
Yeah,
nothing,
exactly.
right? So
The keep in mind, okay, look at the battery kit and let's talk components on this. Okay, you have a battery holder, you have a switch, you have a 2.54 mil header, you have a diode, and the cost in parts on this is considerably more than those cheap cat battery things that I keep seeing that just stick down in the
Mhm.
Yeah.
the thing that just kind of sit in there and just kind of loose and rattle around.
and then the battery's still over the board.
Yeah, and then the battery is still hanging out over your motherboard, which I'm
Yeah.
not sure what that solves because Sierra 2032s, it's an imperfect world. They can leak. I'm not trying to FUD anything. The
Mm.
chances they're going to leak, not amazing, but I've opened up enough PowerBooks to see that you can get corrosion in there on those
Mhm.
batteries just because of, I mean, granted the PowerBook, you probably move it around more. It might be in a high sort of, humidity environment and things like that. But I'm just saying those little cat battery things are $3. All it is a PCB and the cheapest, like 7-cent little battery
Mhm.
holder thing on there.
Mhm.
It's pressed metal. It's just
Yeah.
it's hoping that the tension between that pressed metal thing and the copper on the board is enough to like bridge it for the power. Okay.
Right.
$3. That is literally 10 cents. 10 cents in parts. Huge margins on those. That's fine. Sell whatever you want. Put it whatever price point you want. It's your stuff. Okay. I am saying that this is a much more robust product that has considerably more money in components on it. And it's thin margins and all this stuff. I was really
Well-
surprised that Joe even worked with me on it.
Well, not only that, but like you're talking about like the cat battery one. Like, how the hell is that any different than just putting a battery back in? It's not.
That's a
In the
really
same
good
place.
question.
Like, why bother?
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna do that, just put the
Mhm.
damn battery in.
What is this?
I kind
Okay.
of agree.
I have to call out Rudy for a second time. This is the second time Rudy has said we should help Joe by sending him our empty boxes. What is this joke? What am I missing about that joke?
Because you're too cheap to buy new boxes. I would assume.
I buy new boxes.
All my stuff comes in new
when
boxes.
my old
Yeah, my
boxes
stuff
run
come in new
out.
boxes.
Yes, and thank you for pointing that out, JVHS, because the battery kit is universal. So you can plug this. You can put this in a PC. You put it in a Mac. You put it in an Amiga. Whatever. It's a CR2032 3-volt battery. There is a switch where if you're going to put this thing in storage, you flip your switch off. If you're going to put it in a machine that tries to like charge the clock battery, there's a diode there to stop that from happening. So you can put this in a lot of different things. It's got a header. So if you've got here's a great example. You have a, it's a great example, and then I can't find what I'm looking for here at the exact moment.
ADHD strikes again.
Oh, here we go. Object permanence isn't my enemy today. Let's say you've got one of these, these craze balls block batteries for your 6200 or something. You just clip. Granted, it's 4.5 volts. That's a 4.5 volt battery. This is 3 volts. You can just solder that right on there, and now that plugs directly into the board the way it always did. You've got through hole connections to solder to as well. So, wait. This is a 4.5 volt battery. You're putting a 3 volt battery in there. Yeah, it'll work. It won't work as long. So if it's just like, I'm gonna pull this machine out for a couple of weeks, I'm gonna do a bunch of projects, I want to have some fun with the kids over the summer, and then I'm gonna mothball it for 6 months, you're fine. You're fine. A CR2032 is cheap. You just replace it. So if it gets low, then you just replace it. It's not a big deal.
Ooh, you buy the bougie ones.
Oh my
Joe.
gosh. Yeah, he does.
I needed
Energizer.
I needed some immediately, and I was in the store.
I screwed up, and Amazon got me. I ordered one of those 100 count boxes of the CR2032s, and it accidentally set me up on auto ship. So then I got another 100 of the CR2032s. I'm like, I didn't remember ordering these. And then finally, the next month, I got another 100 CR32s, and then I caught on and realized it was an auto subscription.
So now, if you need CR2032s, go to
JCM.com
because they're suddenly going to have a box of 100 of them.
Yeah, I was like, holy cow.
How cheap is it? Oh no. But yeah, it's like Dave put one of those kits in his plus.
I got a bunch.
Yeah, they're just in a bunch of things. So and there's a bunch of different uses outside of just computer stuff. If it's just like, hey, I got a toy, or I got like this other thing, and I just need 3 volts. It's like you just do it, and it's got an on-off switch. You're fine.
Also, I know you said they work for Mac and PC, but also on the Amiga 500, if you're doing the RAM expansion board that's got the clock chip, you can use it for that as well.
Yeah, that's a big problem on those. It's like all those trapdoor memory expansion cards are nuked. The ones that had clock, they had a clock chip built onto it too, because they all had those barrel batteries soldered in.
They all leaked.
They all leaked. Yeah, it's the thing that got me excited about doing this is I kept buying Quadra 605s. And people would be like, oh, no, it's great. It works great. It works great. And then you'd get it, and it would be like the entire front of the board would be just nuked because it had leaked. And it's like, okay, well, you keep saying it's fine. When was the last time you fired it up? Well, I don't know. We haven't used this computer since the 90s. It's like,
well, there you go.
That's fine. I'm happy to do a chargeback on this, but you've wasted my time. And I may have missed other things that I could have been seeking out. Just annoying and very frustrating. So finally I was just like, you know what, forget it, and just designed that, and away it goes. What do you got, Joe?
Oh, it's just commenting on Scarlett's comment about the HDMI adapters and these things, and how they're the headers are really tall, and just showing in reference.
Is that wait, what's that?
This is the A2N2O, or the also called the A2 or Apple FPGA, whatever, A2 FPGA.
Yeah.
It adds HDMI.
Right. Right. Doesn't it also do like the whole thing with like
it does
the video
sound.
or Mockingbird?
Yeah, it like does some sort of Mockingboard emulation, and it also does like sprites. It like supports like the Super Sprite card or something.
Yeah,
like
that card that there's just like a demo. There's like a demo in one game or something. I saw your stream where you were talking about it. Did you ever I guess that right now they're exclusively available somewhere?
Yeah, they're exclusive on Reactive Micro there. And I'm happy for that to be that way for the time being. I don't want to, how can I put it? Me and Henry Corbis, he runs Reactive Micro. We go way, way, way back since even before I was involved really in the community. And he's always been really super equitable to me. So I don't want to be like, hey, I'll sell those too. And like, I don't know, muscle in on his territory. So I'm, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, let Henry have a little exclusivity.
And now if it becomes a situation like with Blue Scuzzy or Pico Gus where the demand is insanely high and he can't fill it, that's different than we can work on whatever. But yeah.
Mr. Fahey says, if I want to buy one, will it charge my card? Sure. As long as your card is 3 volts, you'll be all set.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I got a bunch of stuff here, and a bunch of it is just going in the mail to Joe to refill stock and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, because
where will I put it all?
I don't know where you're gonna put it.
I have no idea. You
bunch
can't
of
see the floor down here. I can't either, so it's fine. There's no floor here.
It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, presumably there's carpet underneath all of this equipment down here, but yeah.
The plan is I'll have some of these items at VCF Midwest in September. But if you can't wait, you should order now and just get them from Joe. Because again, he's got a lot of other really cool things in his store that I won't necessarily have there at the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they're all low dollar items, so it's not a situation where it's just like, oh, I don't know. The stuff that I sell is generally one of those things where it's like, you know what? I got to get to $50. What else can I add in the cart? It's some of these items. If you remember the old Price is Right, where they didn't give out money, they had like the rotating room. They have like a big rotating thing of prizes, and you had to like, I want the taffeta octopus outfit. I want the solid gold digital watch. I want and so you named all the little things you wanted, and whatever money you had, if you couldn't buy anything else, you got it on a service merchandise gift card. So a lot of my items are the service merchandise gift card of jcm-1.com. It's just like, I just got to get over the edge for whatever this is.
Love it. I love
So that
it.
way that
awesome.
I got to spend $50. I had $50 to spend. So.
That's hilarious.
I'm happy to be your Price of Right. Price of Right.
Yes.
Price is Right. Wheel of Values or whatever it was called.
Yes. Wheel of Fish. You got it.
It's a wheel of fish.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Yeah. Service merchandise. Not a thing anymore. I'm pretty sure. Well, it's been a little bit over an hour. I know that we got a lot of people that are kind of watching at home, but I want to respect everybody's time because I know it has been a long day, and I know that Joe, you've got billing and stuff to do tonight and all that. And
Yep.
you guys just hosted a show, so I mean, I appreciate everybody hanging out for an hour with me, and
We love you, Ron.
looking at all this crazy stuff. I love you too. Thank you very much. Let's go around one more time and just make introductions and make sure that people know where they can find you. Joe.
Sure. Hey, everybody. Joe from Joe's Computer Museum. I do crazy, weird things on the internet, mostly replacement parts for your old computers to keep your old computers working, and I'm occasionally on live streams and stuff too. You can find all of my social medias and all the different doodabs and stuff that I have available out there on jcm-1.com. Ryan.
Well, you've taken away with my talking point. I'm Ryan of Everything's Broken Garage. You can find me usually hanging out with these guys somewhere, usually on Dave's stream on Sundays. Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Mastodon. I think I'm on Twitter. I don't.
MySpace,
Friendster.
Tom.
ICQ.
ICQ, yeah, and on several old BBS service board, bulletin service boards. So yeah, Trina or Frank. I'm not sure which way we're going.
We went with Trina last time, so let's keep it going.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, I'm Trina of Trina's Technobabble. Trina's Technobabble. Just
Hi, Amber.
throwing that out there a couple times. Yeah.
Are you the lady who does those builds of those old computers with all the video cards and does the testing?
Yeah, you made the 3D print file
Yeah.
for the test bench that I use.
Because Amber
No.
and Trina are such similar names.
Right.
I know, right?
They look exactly the
Sweet
same and
Lord.
everything. They sound the same.
Right?
And I mean, it's so hard to
It's
tell these
uncanny.
completely, utterly different people apart.
Actually, here's the easiest way to tell us apart. Amber swears once every 20 streams. I swear 20 times in 5 minutes in one of my streams. So
There you go.
Easy
This
peasy.
can
That-
confirm. 100%.
That checks out. That checks out.
That tracks, yeah.
So where can you find me? You can find me here on YouTube under Trina's Technobabble. You can also find me on Blue Sky because I don't use that bird site anymore. Under Trina's Technobabble there. You can also, if you feel generous, donate to my coffee account, which is coffee.com/Trina's Technobabble.
Nice.
And
Can you
look
shut
at
up?
her tag down there to spell it, because if you try to like not
Yep.
spell it right, it won't work. So
Also,
Technobabble.
you can find me on Old World Tech Fridays on Surprise Friday, and the Retro Repair Roundup, which is the first and third Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube.
bingo, bingo.
Great.
And I am Frodo Jedi, and you can find me on Old World Tech Fridays or somebody else's stream like this. I
See
just
you on
show
some
up.
other channel.
I just show up.
Yeah. But again, I am Ron from Ron's Computer Videos. If you're interested in seeing what I'm up to at any given time, you go to ronscompvids.com. And that has full information about everything that I got going on at any given moment. So I want to thank everybody in the audience for hanging out with us this evening for a little bit. I know that you have lots of choices when it comes to your retro computing entertainment, and I'm always pleased when you spend it with us. So everybody have a wonderful night and a pleasant tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.